God damn it, BBC. Hello fans for Wheelchair Gang, Tharies here, and I just got back from watching the Maze Theory game panel at Comic-Con. I say at Comic-Con, they weren't actually at the Comic-Con, it was a virtual event recorded thingy mabob that I just watched, and they announced a new game, a sort of quasi-sequel to the previous year's VR game Edge of Time. This one won't be in VR though, and I gotta admit, it looks kind of cool. I want to know if they've changed the gameplay up at all, because I don't think, from what I've played of games that sort of go from VR to non-VR, it's not always the smoothest of transitions, so I hope that that doesn't come across super obviously in the final product. Hopefully it won't. Hopefully they've made it tweaks to it so that it works better for consoles. This sort of made me think about a wider problem that I've had an issue with for quite a few months now, and I've made a whole thread on Twitter about this. I'll link that in the description. It's the over-reliance on the 10th Doctor, and I suppose more specifically Russell T Davies era media in general in current Doctor Who. We've seen this in Time Lord Victorious, an entire event dedicated to characters from 10 years ago. We've seen it in the games with, as I previously mentioned, Edge of Reality, which is going to feature the 10th Doctor prominently and tie into Time Lord Victorious. Even the Weeping Angels mobile game is going to tie into Blink. The comics have also had the 10th Doctor feature prominently. I think he's met the 13th Doctor like 3 times now at least. And of course, I think the most egregious example of over-reliance on RTD era nostalgia would probably be the main show, with the Jadoon, destruction of Gallifrey, a psychotic John Sim-esque master, and I think it's all getting a bit much. 9th Doctor audios as well, don't get me wrong, I'm excited for those, but I mean, come on, it's just getting a bit ridiculous now. This sort of goes to anyone at the BBC. Stop relying and overusing the 10th Doctor, because they've obviously just figured out that the 10th Doctor is their guaranteed cash cow that makes the money, but that's not sustainable. That is not a sign of a brand in a healthy place if you have to rely on things from 10 years ago. It's just not. And I'm getting quite sick of having to see the 10th Doctor. Don't get me wrong, I love that era of the show. That was the first Doctor I saw. I have a lot of time for the 10th Doctor and his fantastic episodes. Many people see that era as the golden era of modern Doctor Who, and some people even Doctor Who in general. But I think, to me, it's getting to a point now where I'm almost detesting having to see the 10th Doctor again, and I don't want to get to that point. It was fun when you got to like the 50th and he appeared like once and that was it. It was a fun novelty and a fun, oh yeah, that was cool to see him again. But now we see him in every media, every aspect. He's even a skin in Roblox, for God's sake. I keep saying that, but it's true. He's literally everywhere. There is no escape from 10th Doctor media. And I just think that it's time the BBC moved on. He regenerated in 2010. And as I say, I like the 10th Doctor, so God knows what someone like Jimmy Looming feels like. Someone who has repeatedly said that they're not the biggest 10th Doctor fan, and yet still, 10 years on, they're having to put up with constant 10th Doctor media with no real deviation from that in, like, the big stuff. My tweet summarised it perfectly that I did earlier. At the end of the trailer for Edge of Reality, the Doctor says, "I'm the Doctor, just probably not the one you're expecting." And I was like, nope, you're the exact one I was expecting, because the BBC is fully aware that the 10th Doctor is their guaranteed moneymaker, because it's like that one era that everyone can sort of agree on that's good. It's kind of like how with Star Wars there's a particular over-reliance on the original trilogy and that era of the franchise, because that's the one era of the franchise that majority of fans can go, yep, that's good. And that's the same with 10th Doctor media. That's why it's a guaranteed moneymaker. And I just think it's kind of sad that rather than developing good new stuff, you're having to rely on the same old stuff. I was tempted to make a video on the games, but all we got was a mobile game and a sequel to Edge of Time. So I didn't really feel the need to, but I think it contributed to a wider issue I've had with the show for quite some time now. It's the over-reliance on RTD era stuff. Like, the odd thing is fine, like the 8th Doctor. The 9th Doctor audios I haven't got an issue with, because the 9th Doctor audios, we've been waiting for the 9th Doctor to come back for like 10 years. So it's still a fun novelty, but it does contribute to the over-reliance on RTD era nostalgia, something that has definitely gotten out of control. And I gotta break it to you, The 10th Doctor's not the only era people are nostalgic for. My first proper era that I watched start to finish was Matt Smith. I would love to see some more Matt Smith era stuff. We don't get anything these days from the Matt Smith era. It's all Tennant. Matt Smith was popular as well. In fact, it was his era that got the show popular in America, like really made it blow up in America in a big way. Where's his appearance in these games? Where's his Time Lord Victorious style event? I don't know, it just reeks of laziness and desperation. And I get people are excited. And you know what? I'm glad for you if you are excited to see the 10th Doctor and all these things. I would be too, if it just wasn't all the time. It's getting ridiculous. It's like the 10th Doctor never left. But let me know what you guys think. Comment down below if you enjoyed. Like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. And I will see you later.